Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to crochet this cute summer top. And as you can see here, it has these nice white straps that we're going to be putting onto the top. These are optional. You could probably have this top just as a tank top, but why not do some nice and playful straps with it while we're at it. But this is pretty much what we're gonna be making, so hopefully you guys stay on the video. Go ahead and grab your stuff, grab everything that you need to do this video today. Get your yarn, get your crochet hook, get your scissors, get whatever you need for today, and let's get started. Okay my loves, so before we get started, please make sure you have all the materials for this project available and ready. For my top, I'm going to be using these two colors here, so red and kind of like a little bit of a salmon color, light salmon color. I know it doesn't show in the camera right now, but this is kind of a salmon color. In the pictures, as you will see, it's a really nice cute color and they go together really well. I will also be using a 5mm crochet hook, a darning needle to sew my top, a scissors to cut my strands, and a tape measure to be able to get the size that I'm looking for, which for me is always a small. For the information on this yarn, I don't have names or anything like that because I got this color or this yarn long time ago. I don't have the packaging, but it's a medium, or like it's a lightweight number 3. Okay, so you can make this top with whatever yarn you want. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so to get this top started, we're going to start with a slip knot as usual. Okay, and that's how I do my slip knot, and then we're going to do a chain of 26. So 1 2 3 4 5. So that's my chain, not chain, this is my chain of 26. Okay, so to get our first row started, I'm going to skip this chain right after where the hook is. In the next one, I'm going to do a single crochet. So I'm going to go to the back of the chain to do my single crochet stitch. And just a word of advice, when you're going to do a tight stitch like a single crochet, make sure you're doing your chains a little bit loose. That way you can actually manage to work into those chains. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and work in the back of the chain and do your single crochet stitches all the way until you get to the end of the chain. By the time that you get to the end of the chain, you should have 25 stitches all together. So go ahead and do that. When you get to the end, come back to the video, and then I'll go ahead and start row 2 with you guys. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay my lovelies, so that is the end of my row 1 here, and as you can see, that's how it looks like. Again, this color looks white in the video, but I promise you guys this is a salmon color. Okay, all right, so to go ahead and get our second row started, we're going to pretty much do a chain 1, turn over work, and then we're going to do a single crochet but working in the back of the stitch. Then we're going to move on to the next and do another single crochet. And again, we're working in the back because we're trying to create the ribbed pattern of this top. Okay, so you're just going to continue to do this all the way to the end. So go ahead and do so. When you get to the end of row 2, come back and I'm gonna show you how to finish it off. So don't do the last stitch of this row, go to the 24th stitch and then come back, and I'll show you guys how to do row number 3. But before then, I'm going to show you guys how to do the last stitch of this row and how you're gonna be doing the last stitch of every row. Okay, all right, see you guys in a bit. Okay my love, so we have the final stitch here to work into, and the reason I wanted you guys to come back so I can show you how to finish it off is because for this final one, I don't go in the back of the stitch, I go through both loops on the stitch like that to finish it off, and I find that it creates a nice and flat edging. Okay, and then again, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to start row 3 the same way. So row 2 is your repeat row, and you're going to do this until you have the number of rows that you're looking for. Now this part of it is pretty much the roundness or the circumference of our torso, so however long that is, so that's why we have a tape measure. So you're going to measure around your waist, and whatever that is how long you're going to do this part of the top. Okay, so for me, I believe mine is about 24 24 inches. So I'm going to do about 24 inches long, and keep in mind with this top it actually stretches quite a bit, so try to do it unless you want to stretch it, but try to do the size of your torso or the circumference of your torso not stretched, so that way you're getting the true size, because if you stretch it, it will probably end up being really stretched and your work is going to look a little bit off. Now, since we're here, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to be doing a number of rows for this color, and then I'm going to be changing it to this color. So I'm going to do as many rows of this color as I want, and then I'm going to switch the color to the red, and then I'm going to alternate like that, but I'm going to do big blocks of it. So I'm not doing like a few small rows. I'm probably gonna do like a chunk of it, like a big chunk of it in one color, and then switch and do another chunk of it in one color, and like that. Okay, so for that reason, I'm going to show you how to change the color, not because I want to change it here, but because I just want to show you guys how to change the color so you know. Also because my friend Tammy, who is one of my followers and part of my crochet family, reminded me to make sure to show how to change color, because in the previous videos that I've done, I haven't actually done that, just because somehow I assume that you guys will know how to change color. Okay, so with changing color, so this is supposed to be a slip, not this is supposed to be a single crochet here, but instead of me pulling this and bringing it in, I'm going to actually bring in the new color at this moment, like that. And then I'm going to pull in the strands like that. I'm going to chain my one, turn my work, and then just pick up and continue to do single crochets, not half double crochets, single crochets, just like we've been doing for this project. And again, we're working just in the back of the stitches, so we're picking up the back loop only and not both loops until you get to the last one, which is the 25th stitch. Then you go through both loops. Okay, so this is how you're changing color. And so if you then change to this color and then you pick up the next color, you do the same thing, and so on and so forth. So that's how you change color. But I'm not changing my color here yet because I need to do a lot more rows before I can change color. So I am going to continue to do this color until I get to a point where I need to change the color. Then I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then when I have the length that I'm looking for, I'm going to come back to the video and we're going to move on to the next step of the top together. Okay, so go ahead and do that and come back when you're at the end of this part, and then we'll move on together. See you guys in a bit. Okay, my loves, so I have pretty much completed the bottom part of my top here. So as you can see, I did about, I don't remember, let me see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, which is 20. 1 2 3 4 5 34. So I did 34 of this color, and then I did this rose, by the way, 34 more of this color, and then I did 20 of this color and 20 of this color. Okay, so all together I have 108 rows, and this is pretty much how it looks like. So as you can see, the first 2 rows are a little bit wider, and then the next 2 rows are a little bit smaller. So now to go ahead and get started with our next part, we're going to build our top up this way. Okay, so this part is pretty much what's gonna go as your waist, so it's going to be closed in like this at the end. But for now, we need to build up the rest of the top here. And I'm actually not gonna be using this red yarn. I'm going to be changing my yarn to the other one because I'm going to run out of this yarn if I do the rest of the top like that. So I'm going to change it to this color because I still have a few more skeins of that. So I'm going to cut my yarn right here, put that color away, and then I'm going to bring in this color. Okay, and we're going to put that on here, and then go ahead and, oops, I'm moving the camera quite a bit, I'm sorry about that, guys. So I'm going to remove this final single crochet here so I can attach my color. So I'm just going to do that here. So again, that's how you, at least that's how I change color. I'm going to do it here, and I'm going to just kind of pull it or tighten it, and then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to turn my work like this. And in this very first stitch here where we have our chain 1, I'm going to do 1 half double crochet, okay, and then I'm going to move on to the next stitch and do another half double crochet, and then to the next stitch half double crochet, and so on and so forth. So you're going to continue to do this, and when you get to the end, you're going to meet me back there, and then I'm going to show you guys how to start the second row of this, and then we will go ahead and pretty much do as many of these rows as you need to fit you. Okay, my love, so I've completed the first row of the half double crochet stitch here. So as you can see, I'm right at the end, and to start the second row, I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet in each stitch across the this top here. Okay, so as you can see, this is pretty much what you're going to be doing until you get the length that you're looking for. So for me, it's going to be about 8 to 9 inches. So however many rows gets me to 8 to 9 inches, I'll try 8 first. If it's not enough, I will add 1 more to make it 9. So this is what you're gonna repeat. So this second row here is a repeat until you get to that size, okay? So I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and work that up until you get to the size that you're looking for. And when you come back, we should be able to then make the straps and then be able to join our work together. Okay, my love, so I have gone ahead and completed the other half of the top here, as you can see. So I did about 8 inches, which is, it came up to about 22 rows total. Okay, so as you can see here, this is where we stopped last time. So this is the ribbed part of the top, and then we moved on to doing this half double crochet for the top part of the top. And so that's pretty much it. So like I said, 22 inches. So if you're 22 rows, which is 8 inches. So if you're doing something a little bit bigger, so this is a small, then you would have probably had more rows for a medium or large, extra large, and so on and so forth. Also, if you have, like, let's say a bigger bust than an A, then you do a little bit more rows just to have a little bit of more coverage as well. Okay, all right, so this is pretty much how it looks so far. So the point is, we're going to end up joining it like this at the end. Okay, and we're gonna make the straps for it, but we have one more step to do here. We're going to do one more row of single crochet stitch. So as you can see here, this is all half double crochet, and to start our single crochet, we're just going to chain 1, turn our work, and then we're going to go right into the very next stitch here after the hook, and we're going to do our single crochet, and we're going to do that all along the top here. So this is going to make it row 23 for me. So yeah, so go ahead and do this until you get to the end. Okay guys, so I have completed the last row here of the single crochet stitch. So as you can see, I'm right at the end here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my yarn off, but I'm going to leave a long string to be able to sew the side here together. So I'm just going to cut it, let's say somewhere here, just to leave some extra yarn there for me to be able to sew. And then I'm going to just pull this in and just fasten it here like this. Okay, so if we look at this again, so like we did this final row of the single crochet stitch just to kind of bring it in a little bit on top, so it's not kind of looking loose on top of it. So this kind of brings it in a little bit like that. So I don't know if you can see here, it kind of brings it inwards a little bit as opposed to it kind of angling outwards like that. Okay, all right, so now that we have this part of the top done, we need to sew it together, and you can just kind of bend it in whichever way. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to line it up on this side and this side so that they kind of match up like this in terms of sewing it together. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of nicely line it up like this, and now that it's all nicely lined up, I'm going to then join it from here to this bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my darning needle, and I'm going to take the yarn and put it in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go into the opposite side here, but as in the very first stitch there, I'm going to join it like this. Okay, and then from there on, I'm just going to join it as well as I can possibly join it, because there are not very definite stitches to work with, at least on this portion of the top. So you're just going to try to get the yarn to go as close as possible, but not too wide, but not also not too close to each other. Okay, so you're just going to go ahead and keep joining it like that, and you're going to do this all around until you get to this bottom here. Okay guys, so I have gone ahead and joined my top here. So as you can see, this is kind of like right jointed. It's a little bit visible on this section here because it's where we don't really have visible stitches to join the work together, but as you can see here, that's where we went through, and it's quite invisible. You cannot tell that there is a joining here at all, so that's okay. This is going to be the back of the top here. I'm just going to cut these strands here that I have from sewing in together and put that on the side, and then so I'm going to just flip it like this. So I have already gone ahead and marked out where to put my straps. So as you can see, I couldn't find my stitch marker, so I just used some paper clips. So I'm going to make a strap that is going to kind of go up to here. So it's going to occupy about 6 stitches to the left or to the right here, and to the left on this side. And yeah, so we're gonna put this guy away, we're gonna make our straps, and then we're gonna be able to sew the strap in together. And I'm going to make the strap using this yarn here. So so this part here is gonna go fast. Oh, I think my camera is a little bit crooked. There you go. So we're going to, yeah, there you go. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our straps. So I'm going to do a slip knot just like we would do to start our foundation chains. Then I'm going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to work backwards here. So in the next stitch here, so I'm going to skip the first chain, and in the next chain after that, I am going to do a half double crochet in the back of the chain. Okay, so just like that. So you're going to do your half double crochets along the back of the chain here, so the little bumps in the back of the chain, kind of very similar to how we started the top actually. And you're just going to do a half double crochet in every stitch there like this. Okay, and then that's the final one. Okay, so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches all together. You're going to chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to continue to do your half double crochet going through both loops back the other way. Okay, and you're just going to continue to do this until you get the length of the strap that you're getting. I'm going to do about 16 inches for each side of the strap. Okay, so you're going to obviously do the length of the strap that you're looking for. I don't know what that is for you, but if you're following the tutorial and you're making the exact size as I am, then you will follow the length of the strap that I'm making as well. So go ahead and make both straps. So this is one. I'm going to do this until I get 16 inches, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on the second strap and duplicate the first one and do 16 inches as well. And when I have both completed, I'm going to come back to the camera and I'm going to show you guys how to sew that onto the top, and then that will pretty much be it. So it will be done after that. So this is how your strap should look like so far. So you're going to do that until you get the length, and then come back to the video so we can move on to the next step. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay my love, so I've gone ahead and completed making my 2 straps for the top here. And I just want to make a quick correction. When I was on here last, I said that I was going to make 16 inches. It's actually 16 inches if you stretch it, but it's about 12 without stretching it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. but I trust that you guys will make the strap that fits you, so I assume that's not gonna be such a big deal. And I've also gone ahead and connected my strap on this side. So as you can see here, this is my strap done on this side, okay, and then I'm going to connect it on this side. So I've already marked where my straps are going to go, so that's good. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing for yours, and then you're going to connect your straps. So I'm just going to take this first one here and I'm going to line it up. So the inside is going to be where the stitch marker is, in this case the paper clip. There you go. So I'm going to pretty much kind of start here, and it's gonna go this way, and I am going to do the same in the back. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it on this side here, and of course I am going to first put my yarn in the darning needle. There you go. So now that we have our there you go. So now that we have our yarn, so I'm going to just kind of go right in this stitch here, and I'm going to connect it to the other side, and I'm just going to pull it, and then I'm going to move to the next stitch and then grab the other side of the stitches. And as you can see here, I'm pretty much going through both loops like that, and I'm not pulling it too much because I don't want it to look kind of crunchy. So I'm just very lightly joining the two pieces like that, and then we're going to do the last one here. Okay, and then maybe just one more to kind of secure it like this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move it to the other side, which is the inside of the top, and then we're going to do one final one here where we can then fasten it off. So just like that. Then I'm going to do a knot here. There you go, and then we can cut these off just like that. So that is the inside, and I'm just going to use my nail to tuck it in like that, so it just kind of hides in. As you can see, this is how it looks on this side. Okay, and then I'm going to move on to the other side. So I'm going to flip the top so that the back side is facing me, and then I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm going to take my stitch marker off, and then I'm just going to line my top right here like this, and then I'm going to take my darning needle and I'm going to just go right in and do the same on this side. Okay, so I would want you guys to go ahead and sew in your strap. So as you can see, I already did my first one off camera. Okay, and then I am going to do this one, which is the last one. So because I just showed you how to do it, you can then just kind of pause the video here and go ahead and do the rest of it off camera, and then when you come back we will be done with it. Okay, so finish all of your straps, put them on, and then come back to the video. See you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so this is pretty much done here. So the straps are on, and I hope you guys have done your straps as well. So with this done, this is pretty much the end of the top. So hopefully you guys really like how your top turned out as well. And as you can see in the pictures, this is a beautiful top. The back of it looks like this, and of course the front is like this. So this is super cute. So hopefully you guys enjoyed making this top with me. And again, I would remind you guys, if you have not yet subscribed to your girls channel, please go ahead and do so, and do not forget to hit the notification bell, comment and like the video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. So if you're going to be there, then I will see you guys in my next video. Ciao ciao.